of stupid shit. Are you working again, OBS? Thank you. No, thank you. Oops. Didn't mean to put one over there. Probably should grab a sea lantern, put that over here. Okay, so my thought is that I can put down all the sea lanterns first. Oh, there we go. It finally rolled me over to the new stream right away. 2, 3, 4. There. Also, there. Yeah, it does look a little odd, but I will say it's probably better to have it in or lit up in the large bands than not. Probably. I'll see whether or not I like it. Anyways, I can go ahead and fill in all of these gaps. Alrighty. And now just gotta line it up. There. Put down that one manually, just because the building gadget, as smart as it is. 2, 3. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th. Yes, there. And then there. Okay, cool. This mod is so handy. Don't you know? This corner. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Corner block. This is running along a corner, so 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Again. Like that. I can use the previous set to line up with the new set. I can also always go and remove the ones on the outside, let them magnet in. 1, 2, 3. 4. Do. This is speeding it up quite a lot, I feel like. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oopsie-doo. That was not what I should have done. Okay. That was stupid, I'll admit. Oh. Oh, gee. Build to me. Go back to grid. Guess I should probably switch over to my normal pickaxe. This one's faster. Do. Switch back over to Silk Touch. I definitely don't have enough sea lanterns for this, but I can always grab more because EMC is amazing. The mere concept is brilliant. And on the 5th. And there. Alrighty. Oop. I also have a block there, but I don't care. Hey, I made a rhyme. I also only have so many sea lanterns left. Doo-doo-doo. I honestly should probably start working on the EMC stuff, or not the EMC, the autocrafting stuff, but yeah. I need to do a lot of building first. I really need to do a lot of building first. First that, then also switch over to build to me. This is literally so far that I have to move closer in order for the range to be enough. That's how gargantuan I have made this project. Yes, I did do that. Doop, 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 doop. tool range 5? I don't think that does anything for me. Because the distance build to me goes is, I think, hard-coded. From what I can recall... Oh my gosh, I'm already out of limestone again. Yeah. From what I can recall from the source code that I read, because Direwolf, of course, has this up on GitHub, public domain. Well, not public domain. Like, open source. That's what I'm trying to say. Because if I remember correctly, he was learning modding while working on this mod. Which I guess, to be fair, is probably the best way to learn how to do Java mods. I haven't really done all that much Java in the past. I would love to learn how to do Minecraft mods, but that would probably be the only thing I ever use Java for, so I would not be opposed to learning Java for that expressly. This really does burn through the limestone as well. This is just so resource intensive. It was that way with the cobblestone. I went through, what, like 15,000 cobblestone? Yeah, about that much, if I recall correctly. It was about 15-ish thousand cobblestone in order to be able to, get the entire first layer, because I used the first layer as cobblestone, just so that I have something to build on top of. I'm not going to be filling in underneath here. That definitely would be a bit of a waste, honestly. I could use a builder from RF Tools, but I'd rather not bother because, frankly, those are just... yeah. And I can also build it myself manually, and with how intricate I like to build things, a lot of the time automatic builders, like the thing from RF Tools, they're not super helpful. Those are really good for making really cool, like, tunnel tube shapes, though. Those are neat. I've also seen how they can make more complex shapes than, like, oh, what is it called? Where it's the sort of shape that a ring-type planet would have, where it's slightly more bulged at the outside and thinner on the inside. Or wait, no, is it the other way around? It might be the other way around. Yeah, anyways. Okay, so I wanted to start doing autocrafting. Now, this is going to be a little bit tricky, because I do have channels turned on. And right now, I'm not using a ton of channels. I'm currently using 4 of 8. I think all my terminals and my ME drive use up the channels. I can just barely tooltip over the part that uses 3. So this says that there are 4 flowing through here. And there are 3 of 4 spreading out from there. Also, you can see it visualized on the wires, because I'm using smart wire or smart cables. Cables, that's what these are. These are smart cables. Oh yeah, and another thing, I got myself a flux capacitor. Yeah. And I forget whether or not I showed it on camera. I made supercharged... That was the last time that I was doing stuff, wasn't it? Yep, that's when I made the supercharged ruby pickaxes. I was like, when did I make those? I gotta remember, when exactly did I make some things? Because, of course, now it's gonna be 2 weeks between everything, and it's like, it's gonna be kind of hard to keep track of what is in which world, let alone when did I do this? Did I do this on the last stream? Did I do this in the 2 weeks that it's been since I was working in this world on camera? Because I don't do a lot of Almond Factory off camera. off-camera Omnifactory is mostly just mining, and I always forget most of what I do in Omnifactory because, again, it's all mining and a little bit of like manual crafting, like pre-crafting, I should say. Because right now I'm trying to stock up on a few things. I'm avoiding stocking up too much on things, specifically because of the fact that once I get to more advanced things, I'm going to be losing out on resources when I do it like that. That's actually a constant fight in Omnifactory, come to think of it. It gets a little better once you get towards like envy stuff. Drink of water. Because once you start to get to there, you don't really have to deal with as much garbage. You have to use continually the previous tier of circuits, come to think of it. So like you wind up, once you get done with the primitive circuits, you replace those with the second tier circuits, and then you just go on and on and on and build off of those instead. Yeah. Anyways, I'll put that away for now. Yeah. Okay. So what I need to do, I need to make a decision. Do I want to have this entire area over here be exclusively manual crafting, and I'll probably not have any sort of manual or automatic item input or extraction from all of these, just because that can get a little bit annoying to set up, and I would much rather take it out myself than just have it automatically be put into my ME system sometimes, because that can be a little bit frustrating. It's handy to have, but I don't think I'm going to set that up. Just because. I always can, though. I always have the option. So, I think I want to move my ME controller and my energy cell. Well, would it be a good idea for me to move my ME controller? This is a flux point, which means that it... that's input. Okay, so it pulls from the network. This is a point. Right. I gotta remember, point versus plug. It's been a while since I used this. Since I messed around with this, so it's like, yeah. Oh yeah, another thing. I did a bunch of conduit facades. That's another thing. I was like, what else am I forgetting? I used a bunch of conduit facades, and I set this up so that it uses the isentropic reservoir. Yeah, so now it's way more efficient. It does continue... hold on. It greatly increases power generation and efficiency. Coolant is required for operation. Stronger coolant results in higher efficiency. Right now I'm just using water because why not? It's completely infinite and free, so... while I don't have an infinite source of other fluids that might be better, I'm going to stick with water just because. And I hooked it up through the same line as what was feeding my igneous extruder, which now seems to be going much faster. So that's great. The ender tank is working wonderfully. That's a wonderful mod that I barely use. By the way, do I have the what's it called? Quarry, the Ender Quarry, I think. I was planning on adding that at one point, wasn't I? My battery's also running low. Gotta plug in my laptop. Yada yada. That happens every stream. You know, it's always been a great day when I actually have to get up to plug in my laptop. That's usually when I haven't been home for hours on end. Then I just unplug the actual cord from the wall. Just so it doesn't waste power. Like powering the adapter and even just the little light at the end. But anyways, what was I thinking? right. I need to figure out a way to get my controller somewhere so that it's a good optimum place. I will probably be using a lot of P2P tunnels, so there will be that. The P2P tunnels, they can take a full input from a dense cable and condense it down to one channel. Now, if I recall, you can safely reconnect the lines at the end, like after all of them have been condensed into one cable. I might be totally wrong in that, but I wouldn't want to do that anyway, come to think of it. I might do that for a few, like split them into 2 lines, or combine all the outputs from each of the sides into 2 directions, just 2 mass branches, and then split them off as they go out with the P2P tunnels, so that I don't have to have a ton of EMC wasted, or like resources wasted on a dense cable. Because Fluix cables, if I were at applied cable and dense smart cables 929, glass cable Fluix, these are 72 EMC. So yeah. And the Fluix ones, as far as I remember, these can transfer 8 channels, just like the smart cables. But the difference between the smart and the glass ones is that these show the number of channels on them. So like if you just want to, I guess, save a little bit on resources, you can just stick with Fluix cables. If you know exactly how many channels you have, then you're good, but it will say the maximum number of channels that are being used. So I want to try and make sure that I can get the maximum out of my ME controller. I don't think I ever will need to, because my autocrafting needs are not that big, but it would be really nice to be able to do that just in case, and especially in the case that I wind up needing a ton of ME drives, or I want to set up a ton of stuff in my Thaumcraft area, because I do want to do entangled singularities, and I also need to set up something for wireless. Now, I also did not add the wireless transmitter, the wireless access point. Involved in this. Oh, another wireless receiver. That's actually not too bad. Wireless charging antenna station. Oh, that's a conduit facade. This is also a wireless booster. I'll want multiple of these, but these are really relatively easy to make compared to the wireless receiver, which requires a draconic core, which requires draconium. I don't have any draconium, right? Yeah, no. What did I use my tiny bit of draconium on? Didn't I use that for my... I've made it so that some things require draconium that normally don't. This one, my Philosopher's Stone. That's what I use my draconium on. Oh yeah, and the builder requires draconium too. That's another reason why I don't have it. Yep. I can manually build things, though. I'm totally fine with it. I've been doing that this whole time. Well, I've got tools to help me along the way to make it so much easier, so it's definitely improved lately. Yeah. Ooh, another thing is that I added pattern terminal and an interface terminal, so there's that. And a crystal growth chamber. Yeah, I've just done little upgrades here and there. Things to make things better. Upgrades. Made this a little bit better, so it's a pyroconvective loop. It only creates lava. but it does it much faster. Also, I need more magma blocks. I'm gonna keep a small amount in my ME system just in case. I think I'm gonna get some out of here instead. Ooh, that reminds me, I should go ahead and check on this. I pulled out the dark matter that I've created in here several times, but yeah, it's filling up at a decent speed. I have upgraded these so that they're Mark III. I think I did that on stream. I think I did. I might have done that on stream, but yeah. Now they're using red matter, which is pretty damn cool. Pretty handy, honestly. I only have enough to be able to make Mark IIs. Do I not have the Mark IIIs saved? No, I don't have the Energy Collector Mark III in here. That's odd. I really should. Oops. Dark matter relay. I know I probably destroyed a small amount of EMC, but it's a small amount. Alright, now it has it on there. These are quite expensive, though, so I'm not about to go and create a ton of these. So, that's fine with me. I can also go ahead and just, like, harvest a bunch of sugarcane. For whatever EMC this gives me. My original goal was to get a ton more EMC out of this, but I don't really get all that much EMC from sugarcane. Doesn't really change the rates on that. Not much. Not much. Anyways, right. So, executive decision at this point or some point. Okay, now. I need to do it now. I need to figure out where I want to put this. So, where is the best place for the ME controller? I could build a small building. It could be housed in the main spire. That would be an interesting place for it, certainly. And then it could have the ME Quantum Ring somewhere in there, too. I do have all my dogs in there, as well as my XP tank, and then all the name tags are still in there. I really should move those. You know what? I think it's about time that I start pulling everything out of there. I do need to find a place for me to put my bed more permanently. Probably a better place. Alright, let's move my bed first. Where's a good place for my bed? I don't really have a good place for my bed. And here is just kind of a workshop. That's not a super good place for that. Here's my power gen, where I'm constantly generating a ton of RF. No. This is my wood farm. Meh. This is where I have a kitchen. Sure. I guess it will be there. That works. Oh, another thing. Yet another thing. I made rain shields. I had to make more rain shields to shield the entire area from rain, as well as more magnum torches because mobs started spawning on the outer ring. And that is also yet another spot without limestone. Woohoo. I'm gonna fill that in first and foremost. I do have quite a high stack limit on this, so it is good that I don't have to constantly go back and be like, oh, I should use this up before I start losing out on productivity because it's full and it's not able to produce more. Yada yada. No, I don't have to worry about that. Anyways, what is... Yeah, so this is gonna be a little bit for a moment. Also, the spider climb is as cool as it is. It's also not super great. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and move the tanks. How about I put the tanks here? More tanks. There's still 4. Oh, jeez. Oop. Then there are 4 left. Oh, right. There was a sea lantern in the middle of it. This is a mess. This is a real mess. Can I get down there? I could use my Yeta wrench right now because that allows me to get in to the cluster. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. That's not what I'm meaning to do. Oh god, no. Okay. Hold the fuck up. Pressurized fluid conduit, pressurized fluid conduit, pressurized fluid conduit. And... there we go. There we go. And is it flowing upward into there? Yeah. Yeah, I believe it is. Okay, good. Crisis averted. Now, how in the world do I get it to function correctly? Oh, come on. Are both in there? Well, it's able to go over the top of this. This is irksome. This is annoying. This is so annoying. God, it's so annoying. Don't even connect with power on that side. Don't bother trying to connect the power on that side. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I need fluid conduits on the bottom like this. Maybe not. Still seems to be generating power and seems to be full up on both, so that works. Yay. I don't know why I had to have that on the bottom at some point. I could also do with adding conduit facades onto the bottoms of these blocks. Five conduit facades. Paint them up, please. Also throw those in my Miami system. Put down the XP drain. There, and there, tank. Boom! Now I can slurp up levels and release them back in. Perfect! And now this looks a little bit neater. This wiring does look... I do like the way that this wiring looks. That's one of the main reasons why I'm willing to have some exposed. Like underneath, it's nice to have it all nicely sort of hidden away beneath the facades. But it is also really cool to have some exposed wiring. Or conduits, just not just the simple wiring, but just conduits in general. That looks cool in my opinion. I like the logistical I/O stuff. Especially like ME stuff, I think that looks really cool. With like the channel markers and everything. I find that to be fun to visually look at. Anyways, let's continue to move everything. So I have my main magnum torch in here. I also have my portals under here, so I may move those at some point, but for now I'm gonna leave them be. Do I have... No, I don't have planks in there. I might change this from being wooden planks as well. Brewing stand, quartz grindstone, my bookcase, which is full of various books, axe. Oh, I do have crystal growth accelerators in there already. Oh, and I have other stuff. I have another fluid transposer, a centrifugal separator, a build cold generator, which probably should just be sent into EMC, and crystal growth accelerators, which I guess can be added to EMC. Redstone furnace. Why does a redstone furnace not have an EMC value? Oh, right, the machine frames don't have EMC values because the basic control circuits don't. I really need to go ahead and add some EMC values to things. Probably for the basic control circuits, just do it as the cheapest possible recipe. Ooh, that reminds me. Redstone. I know that there's that, here we go. This. Oh, and compressed redstone doesn't have an EMC value. That's yet another reason. Yet another thing. I find that compressed redstone having an EMC value would be handy. Ooh, but that's another thing, because this is 64. Basic control circuit uses osmium, a tenth of compressed redstone, which would be 6.4. Ooh, that would be a really weird EMC value. You can only have them as whole numbers as well, come to think of it. I would not give it a higher EMC value, because then you could technically create an infinite loop of compressed redstone, or making redstone into compressed redstone, and because if you were to have compressed redstone, for example, be like 10 times EMC value, or be a slightly different EMC value so as to have a like a better output or whatever. Oh, I had some random stuff there. Oh, I also had mini coal in there. All right. Alrighty, over here I can go and grab that polished andesite. Put down my brewing stand again. I do have the ability to throw this stuff in here. I will keep my own bookcase, throw in the generator. I can put these in my EMI system for future use. Meh. Throw all my books in here. Just sort of pile them up. Really should have a better entrance to this place at this point. I had it with doors because of the fact that for the longest time, I wasn't able to. I'm just gonna leave that. Just actually, no, better place for it. The museum. Opposite the tools, in memoriam, the pink sheep T-Love Tech. Even though I bet the player, user, is T-Love Tech a dev? I forget who T-Love Tech is. If T-Love Tech is someone important or anything at all. Anyway, I named a sheep T-Love Tech, and that sheep just randomly died at one point, which was honestly really sad. And it was a pink sheep. A rare natural pink sheep. I think the sheep burned in lava. Yeah, that's what happened. So I can just throw that stuff in there. Oh, so mutton was new. Right. Okay. Where am I gonna put all my dogs? Ooh. At various places throughout the island, I assume. I also need to move all the name tags. I can fly them. Don't spider climb. Also, spider climbing speed is not affected by carry-on, so there's that. I probably should also get rid of these chests at some point. Yeah, I don't really have a ton in these. The whole point to them was to store bulk materials while I didn't have a ton of storage in my EMI system. Now I have way more storage. I did not make 4K storage cells. I just made more 1Ks. I can make 4Ks sometime soon, though. Yeah, like all my gems. I just have so many types and varieties of stuff like this that it's just like, why have it all in my EMI system when it's going to be barely used? Well, might as well just virtualize it all. Why have it out is a better way of putting my current perspective on it. A lot of the stuff is actually probably better suited out of random chests in the corner. Like cryothium or blitz powder, that probably is better not in my EMI system. How many item types do I have left? 43. Yeah, I need more storage. I can EMC all of those, so there's that. Yeah, the main stuff that I added in here was all stuff that I couldn't EMC. The great compressioning. That is the transmutation table. I do quite love the transmutation table. Really handy. I think we're going to move it back over by my ME system because it's actually, honestly, really better suited over here. Maybe in the corner. Just so that it's like right there. Yeah. Next to my crystal growth chamber, which I don't actually need. Well, the crystal growth chamber is handy if I want to autocraft with stuff that I don't have. But I should probably move the crystal growth chamber if I'm going to actually... Yeah. It's also now learned, so that's cool. I also should probably make more advanced inscribers so that if I want to autocraft ME components, I just have to have the base materials in my ME system and then just process them. As much as I do love EMC, if I want to do autocrafting, I should really, well, especially with certain products that don't have EMC values, you know, autocrafting is kind of the only way to get them. Or, well, just manual crafting or autocrafting instead of transmuting them, but getting them for the first time is also handy. But if I can autocraft them, okay, that fixes stuff. If I can autocraft them, why not? That reminds me. These have an EMC value. Yeah, and I can break them apart. And both parts of this have an EMC value. Which means that I can easily make a 4K with this. 4K ME storage cell. 4K ME storage component. Maybe I make a 16K? I guess I can make multiple 4Ks. Let's say I make 2 4Ks and a 16K. Well, yeah. I'll do 2 4Ks and a 16K. 1, 2, 3. Fluid storage housing. Interesting. 1 4K, 2 4K. Go. And then I can throw that in and yeast 16. Lovely. I've run out of calculation processors, but that is not a problem because those have an EMC value. Woohoo! Right. So advanced inscribers. These are now learned as well. In order to make each, so I need a press for each. I have all the presses in here, So I need 5 of these. And then just 1 crystal growth chamber is fine. Look. Why does that not... Okay, you know what? Never mind. In autocrafting circuits, I will want the 5. So that will be probably one of the first things that I set up. Autocrafting of circuits. I also will want interfaces. Let's just go with a half stack of interfaces for now, because that's all I'll need. I'll grab a healthy amount of item conduit. How about some fluid conduits? Do I need ender fluid, or I'll just stick with pressurized fluid conduits. Conduits. Energy conduits. So I can use these energy conduits to make enhanced energy conduits. I don't know if I'll need enhanced energy conduits, but it is probably a good idea to have them. Future-proofing, I guess? Oh, routed interface pipe. Oh yeah, that reminds me of the fact that I have Project Red installed. I never got to mess around with it in this playthrough. Oh, flue brick internal block, do not use. Oof. Yikes, that is a messy-ass beginning. Yeah, definitely don't do that. Also, ancient brick internal. Okay. Anyways, there is also Ender energy conduit. Yeah, and that's as far as that goes. I don't know if I'll need that, honestly. But it's good to know that I have the option. Also, what are some of those other things? Interdiction Pulsar repels mobs every 10 ticks within range 32. Winter Wolf. Oh, that's probably a mob from the Twilight Forest, I'm guessing. I also haven't done anything with the Twilight Forest, have I? That isn't here, correct? Yeah, it is. Let's go ahead and make the other conduits. I need more conduit binder. If I can type. Eight. I can EMC that one, and then make the Ender one. Yeah, and then EMC one of those. So I now have Ender energy conduits. Lovely. I think I'll just go with enhanced. Well, I'll be using flux points, won't I? Ooh, that's another thing. Flux network stuff doesn't have EMC values. No! Ugh, that's annoying. That is super annoying. Flux, obtained by throwing redstone in fire or lava. That is an annoying-ass mechanic. I feel like flux should also be able to be smelted. I guess I now have stuff to add to my to-do list. What else did I say I needed to give EMC values? Well, they wanted to give that one the circuit type an EMC value, but it couldn't because of the fact that why won't it let me have a recipe over something that I hover over? That is a little bit annoying. As handy as this usually is, it's also kind of frustrating. Why does this... Oh yeah, the basic control circuit. Maybe I should just give the basic control circuit a general EMC value. Maybe based on osmium? That would make it really cheap, though. Maybe I would give it an EMC value... well, maybe it would just be better to do an EMC value osmium plus 6, because that's a little less than what it costs to in terms of like EMC for a compressed redstone, if that makes sense. Since normally one redstone does however many, or wait, how many does a compressed redstone do? No, a compressed redstone does 8, not 10. No, in that case, compressed redstone can totally get its own EMC value. Okay, I just went through and redid the math. So yeah, knowing what I actually know, which I should have been smarter about that. Yeah, so this totally can have its own EMC value, and compressed redstone, yeah, that would give this EMC value of 522. It would be a loss if you're using normal redstone pieces or normal redstone blocks, but if you're using compressed redstone, it breaks even. Yes. Okay. That is acceptable. Usually when you have a custom EMC value, it has to go, like for a material that has multiple potential inputs, you go based on the lowest EMC value so that someone doesn't have the ability to create a efficiency-based loop where they suddenly get a bit of a EMC exploit. So, on this, EMC values, okay, so compressed redstone, 64. Redstone 64, basic control circuit, it would be 8 more, so 520. Basic control circuit, 520. That will unlock a lot of things, EMC values. They can be calculated based on that then. Enriched alloy. So it'd be 564. Enriched alloy, 564. Again, in the metallurgic infuser plus compressed diamond, diamond dust is 8192. So 8192, divide that by that's 160, which is 20. 4? Yeah, because it's 160 plus 32 is 192, so 24. Yes. 1024 per. Enriched alloy plus 1024. 1024. Yes. Okay. I'm trying to do the math in my head. That's reinforced alloy. Pack deving for the win. 1024 plus 564. 1588. And then this is used for atomic alloy. I should figure that out. Alloy to do. What else had I been planning on giving an EMC value? $113. Does 113 times 8 equal 1024? Or not times 8, times 9? No. That's probably why this ender dust doesn't equate. Especially because one ender dust is one ender pearl ground up, and ender pearl powder is any kind of dust split up, or an ender pearl split up into 9. Does 1024 divided by 3 equal 113? Did I say divided by 3 or divided by 9? Ugh. Anyways, yeah, that's honestly what's screwing up this wireless booster. Ender dust to do. That would hopefully give this an EMC value. I do have these at an EMC value. Or was that automatic? Or was that one of the things that I have getting like extra EMC values based on the fact that there's a mod that I have that gives things extra EMC values, and I think Draconic Evolution is one of them. So, yeah. It is good. Oh, Flux! That's the other thing that I wanted to give. Flux. 64 to match Redstone. Yes, it's just called Flux. Because it's created by throwing redstone in fire or lava. Yeah, this stuff should really have an EMC value. Okay, so flux plugs, flux blocks. Ugh. Need to make more flux, it seems. I could do flux storage. Though, really, it's probably... Yeah, it's not necessary, I would think, the way that this works. Though it is really just redstone, obsidian, and eyes of ender, which are super EMCable. I have other stuff that has better I.O. Yeah, though I guess, to be fair, the way that it works... These just act as active storage, and they don't require flux points or plugs on them, I think. So... If I do decide to go with this, it will require me to do... Herculean, Gargantuan. Oh, yeah. Gargantuan requires Herculean, and Herculean requires basic. These should really have different colors on them. I was about to say, I wonder if there's a way for me to retexture this or something, but I highly doubt that there is. Honestly, it would be nice to have colors on them, though. Just like Herculean is blue and Gargantuan is red or purple. Oh, you know what I just thought? These color themselves based on the network that they're in. Oh, that's probably something that they do. Yeah. Alright. Anyways, I need to make more flux, so redstone, please. And I can actually go ahead and get a lava bucket out of here. Oh my gosh, dynamic lights, it's so orange. It's so very, very orange. Alright, flux is prevented from being destroyed. I was worried for a second. Oop. Alrighty. Take that back. And there we go. Flux. Alright. So how many flux blocks do I need? Oh, I wasn't planning on making a ton of flux plugs. I actually need the flux points. I guess I might as well make some storage. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have basic flux storage, and a flux controller requires 5 flux blocks. Need to get more flux. Yay! I have redstone here. Oh, I'm looking at the blocks of redstone. I'm like, why do I seem to have so little yet? Am I able to pull so much out? Oh, and redstone also has a glow with dynamic lights, I've found. That's interesting. Another thing, talking about Omnifactory yet again, Omnifactory seems to have removed its dynamic lights mod, which is kind of weird, but I guess it makes sense. Dynamic lights is a little bit strange sometimes. Anyways, lava, please. I'm gonna go ahead and put it here. Thank you. I will pick it up as well. But I will keep the lava bucket on me just in case I need to put it back down. I'm out of eyes of ender. Just get me a whole stack of them. Just give me 4 stacks of obsidian, why not? I'm gonna need it, because right now stuff is not EMCable. Yay! Alright, flux controller. Lovely, lovely. Get me a few more flux blocks, why not? And why not some more flux cores as well? Because I want some flux points. 5 of them should be okay for now. Alright, so I can put down the flux controller and the flux storage. I will put them in my current basic power gen area. Let's put them over here, I guess. Flux controller. Please select a network, the Blue Dragon network. Alrighty, wireless charging is disabled. Transfer settings have been removed. There will be different settings soon. Connections will now always be sorted by largest priority. Okay. I didn't know that was ever a thing. Please select the network, Blue Dragon network. Ooh, lovely! A giant-ass buffer just filled up. Ooh, and it's glowing. It's glowing a color. Ooh. Network connections. Various flux points. Chunk unloaded. Oh, I think this is for enabling and disabling things. Okay. Connect, disconnect, selected from network. Oh, so like you can select multiple, I'm guessing? And then you can disconnect them. Or connect tiles. Oven. Oh, interesting. So I guess the oven was technically connecting to the network, but it wasn't working right. So it added a bunch of entries. Huh. All right. Show connected blocks true. Air output. Let's not, I guess. Sorting direction up, sort by priority, show plugs, show points, show storage, show controllers, network statistics, load players, debug network, edit network. That's the color. Players, network statistics. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they did adjust to the color of the network, which is that light blue color, which is pretty cool. I like that. That's a cool thing. It's a real cool thing. Alright, so now I have flux storage. Sweet. Not super big or anything, but it is something. Oop. And oop. Lag. Oh. Come on, Minecraft. Please. Please. It's not updating on OBS either. Oh no. My client is frozen. It's frozen visually. Oh god, no. Oh, I think it just exited the world. Oh no! Oh no! Oh great. I have to reload. Please wait, everyone, while we sort through technical difficulties. Oh god. Ooh, this does give me an opportunity, I guess. I failed to load module. Let's disconnect and reconnect because I gotta. Okay. Stupid ass Twitch. Okay, this does give me a quick opportunity to go through open folder in config under project E, custom EMC. Now, I know that use in-game commands to edit this file. Okay, I can actually do it from in-game. I did not know I could do that. Alright, fine, let's load up Minecraft and see for ourselves exactly how that works. Please wait, things are happening. With a derp face, because sometimes it's caused by a derp. Either by me or by my computer. Blacklight, as great as you are, you sometimes screw up. Okay, we all do. Even computers, as perfect as they are only as perfect as the people who program them. And since programming is done by humans, or at least in some way, either direct or indirect, generally yes, there will be imperfections somewhere, possibly. And, yeah. There's also the stray electron or bit of solar radiation that might come through. That's a very rare case, though. So, yeah. Now we just gotta wait. Yay! I also just realized I haven't been playing music this entire time because I've been worried about my internet connection. I'm gonna play it now. Because why not? It's the best I've got to fill the void. Just while I wait for this to load up again. That was really weird though. Why not the Bad Apple cover? The English cover specifically, by Christina V. I will also say, if you haven't ever seen the actual like musical video for Bad Apple in English or Japanese, I would generally suggest you see it. It is also quite strange, almost, to go from the normal black and white version into the... Someone made a very good replication, colorizing all of the characters, based on what they should technically have color-wise, because if I remember correctly, these are all based on actual normal characters from Toho. I think I'm pronouncing that as closely as possible to how it's actually meant to be pronounced. Who all have like colored designs normally. But it is quite cool seeing the comparison of black versus white. Especially in the case where some of the characters are standing in between the black and white, where one side is black, one side is white. It's really quite cool. The whole analogies of light versus dark in this song as well. This is also one of the best English covers I have ever heard, I will say, of any foreign song. It translates not perfectly, but in concept it can be done very poetically. I remember seeing a direct translation of it, and it was quite cool. It was, again, quite poetic. Because it's Japanese, it doesn't have the same rhythm in English. Japanese originally, I should say. And it translates over, I guess, good, but when you're translating songs, of course, you're translating poems, and translating poems is very difficult. Music tends to be very poetic, at least, in most parts of the world. We tend to follow along with a sort of beat or whatever, and that's where it's so difficult, because in languages it doesn't translate over 1-to-1 or ever 2-to-1 in a nice direct ratio. You always have to change words. Verbs don't have the same number of syllables. You might not have the same word to describe something. You might have to completely change up a lyric or a word or whatever, which is why it's like a translator's nightmare to try and syncopate someone's lip movements in various like animated TV shows, for example. Also, 3D animation is worse because you can do a little bit of tweaking in video editing, alter the tweening of someone's lip movements, which is why you usually don't see someone animating tongues or a hard th sound in English a lot of the time. I guess it's a good thing that th is not a common sound. Sounds that pull on your lower lip often don't get animated quite as detailed as visually can look in real life. So, trying to do that, but in 3D is even worse, because then you have to redo the 3D animation, or not, and it looks weird. Like how overdubbing real or live action stuff looks so weird. Yeah, it's kind of strange. But anyway, with music, it's especially difficult because you're doing it to a beat, and that's so much more abstract than it is to just sort of do a bit of clever video editing, or just sort of let it be and not syncopate to lip movements. But in music, in poetry and music videos, the way that someone says something might be syncopated to the song normally in its native language, but you change the language and then suddenly everything is thrown into chaos. So that's one of the reasons why it's so strange to see multilingual melodies work right. The more minimalist, usually the better, but it only works so well. Much like the lyrical structure of, for example, the Circle of Life, the original start to it is in Zulu, but its melody completely changes by the time it's in the English section, because the Circle of Life has multiple short bits that are mostly sort of sunken off. The is truncated in its length. The second syllable of circle, circle of life, and the of is also short. In the original Zulu part of the song, it's a lot different lyrically because of how the words have such different syllable structures and everything. Nasavenya, something like that. But just, it sounds so different. Even if that's technically not the same line, you can still hear a completely different lyrical flow. And it's so many different words and syllables and all that stuff. It has completely different flow than the English version, which means that it has a completely different melody. So songwriting is a mess. Translation is imperfect. We're good at translation these days. Of all the things that the Europeans did during colonization, they figured out fucking translation. Great. We've been doing interpretation for ages, though, to be fair, I guess. Modern linguistics, I guess. That's the closest we've gotten to managing translation. But anyway. Google Translate, look what you made me do. This mashup. Waltz of Shapiro, or really the reprise, but no. 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 How many ways can I say no? No. 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 How many ways can I say no? Can I say no to the songs on my playlist? Oh my goodness, so many songs that just feel like skipping. Sure, fine, I'll listen to this. I wonder how many people get sick of A, me skipping through a bunch of songs, B, the songs that I usually skip to. That's something I don't usually think about. The songs that I skip to, somebody might be annoyed with. Oh well. Ooh, that reminds me. Do I have ME cable in here? ME smart cable. Yes, this does have an EMC value. So what can I use this for? I can wash it. How does one make dense smart cable? Dense covered cable. Oh, well that's annoying. Okay, I guess I've made a ton of, well, I have to first make it not be smart cable. Okay, hold on. Can I make it not be smart cable anymore? No, that's still smart cable. Okay, I just have to make it be covered cable. I guess smart cable will be useful, but only so useful. Ooh, another thing. I should make some colored versions of these. That'll be handy. Maybe some cable anchors as well. Because of where I'm moving my ME controller, I need to know where all my channels and stuff are going. Yeah. I guess, should I bother with P2P tunnels? P2P tunnels are handy, but they're not necessary? How many ME controllers should I even bother trying to put into in my thing for now either, or as well. I also should finish clearing it out. I'm going like 20 different directions at the moment. I should just start setting up an area for autocrafting. I should also figure out where I'm going to put all my dogs, although for now, leaving them in here is probably okay. Well, actually, imagine leaving your dog in an area where there's just a ton of heat constantly cranking out of a computer. That's what leaving your dogs in an area with your ME controller is like. That's how it feels to me. Come on. There we go. Oh. Stop spider climbing, please. I'm considering regenerating again because spider climbing is one of as cool as it is, I can fly. It's, Should I regenerate again? Alright, fine. Because as cool as spider climb is, I much prefer the athletic gene. Oh, do I have the, Force regen is currently none. Let's set it to be subtract again. And now press minus. Woo! Fire! Just regeneration. Okay, who am I now? You have 10 regenerations left. Okay, cool. I can refill on those. Now, what's my skin like? Oh, wow! This is cute! Okay, I didn't get a look at the boots. Okay, yeah. But that's cute! I'll take it! If I were in drag, I would look like this, probably. Or I would try to. I would look busted as fuck, but yeah. I would either go for this or just a monster look because I could make that work. I could make that work without a problem. Okay, anyway, dense smart cable fluix. I should make some dense covered cable. I guess I don't have any wool. Regeneration process is now entirely completed. Alright. Dense cable. Well, maybe I only needed the one, come to think of it, because dense covered cable is not what I want. I need dense smart cable. Here we go. And I can EMC that. Dense smart cable fluix. Alrighty. And I can color it too. Okay, so let's go with 6 bright colors. I'll go with a white line, an orange line, light blue line. Okay, so white. Come on. Orange and white. Purple will show nicely. Light blue, yellow, and lime. That works with me. Alrighty. And if I need to get more lines from more ME controllers... Actually, speaking of, do I have ME controller taught to this? I think I do. Yes, I do. I can get a second ME controller. Excuse me. And that means that I get 4 more lines. I'll go with pink, brown, red, black. I just want to make sure that I have high contrast between all my lines. So I'm not doing both lime and green, or like light blue and cyan, or light blue and blue, although light blue and blue probably would be better. Yeah, that'll work. I would prefer to avoid being confused, but like, I mean, I have pink and not magenta, especially, well, pink and magenta at the same time would be okay, but pink, as bright as it is, shows nicely against purple. I feel like having a mix of light and dark colors is nice as well. Yeah, this should be good in terms of colors of lines. So... dyes. Oh, I research dye, and I get... Ooh, that's actually really cool! I did not know it did that. Ah, how neat. So this will give me... not all the colors that I need. I actually need some more dense ME smart cable. I'll get myself 8 of those. Brown, please. White. White, blue, brown. I gotta remember that this is here now. Dye. Yellow, lime, light blue, pink. I will add all of these over here. Red, orange, purple. one am I missing? Am I missing one? Light blue, lime, yellow, pink, red, purple, and orange. Oh, I have 7 and 7. Okay, yeah. I was confused for a moment there. Okay, so now I have all color varieties. Nice. I can also teach my EMC table all the color varieties. So many colors. Okay, I can't shift click them out because technically it's trying to teach them all on this side, but yeah. Dense, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. Got all the colors. Munch on some bibimbap. Okay, cool. So I can also go ahead and I guess mine up this one. I don't have much smart cable for over here. What line as well? I should try and figure out what lines I want to go where before I pull that up. I guess let's have this be on the blue line. Dense. My inventory is so full at the moment. I don't know what to do. I guess, I should probably toss it with the lava bucket. Then I could get myself a chest to just sort of store some stuff in for a moment. All the stuff that I'm going to need for autocrafting. I will need a flux point for this. I'll leave the fluid smart cable in there because I think I'll try and separate things up from the dense wire or cables to the rest of the stuff, just so that I have all the channels and stuff set up as good as I can. Yeah. Okay. So over here will be the blue. I have 10 colors that I can use. I guess... Oh, lovely. That will work for me to be able to have 2 specific colors, color channels for P2P channels in other directions. Oh, wait, no, that'll only be 8 sides because I need the energy acceptor on one. Okay, fine. I guess I won't have one color then. What color of these do I not want the most? Blah, 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 blah. But I want purple. Actually, red looks really weird. Red's not red enough to me. Alright. Red, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Alright, build up a little bit. Oh, I didn't grab the MA controllers. Did I? Yes, I did toss the MA controller in there. Alright, grab the energy controller, the energy acceptor, and this energy cell. I'm gonna put the controllers like this. An energy accepted there. Energy cell there. And a flex point. We select a network. There we go. Lovely! These should be connected. So this means I can connect on all the sides. And these dense cables that are of different colors do not connect. Perfect. Down and go over that way. I will have this separate go over to here. Yeah, it goes out 3, then it goes over whatever direction it's supposed to. Well, I guess I could just have this go over like that, because that's where it's probably will be going. I'll have this one going up, because at some point I will have wireless tunnels going out. Alrighty, that's that. And now... Alrighty. Okay, meant to do. Oh well. What's the best way to get through here? Because that's underneath. This is directly underneath the canal, isn't it? Yes, it is. There's that. This way I can have my cover, or my smart cables come along. I can bring this along. I can do cable covers a little bit later because right now what I'm working on is getting everything over there. Okay. Okay, I will actually need, probably, because I don't have water breathing, to do this. There we go. Okay. So this part doesn't need to be here. Do I have more? Yes, I do have more smart cables. Okay, so that will connect to there. I guess I'll bring the smart cables over from the blue if they can connect. So for now, that just connects to there. Yes, it does! Perfect! That's not working though. Oop. 5 of 8 channels, but it's not on. But these are working, aren't they? Right? They're on. This says 0 of 32 channels, though. Is there a random disconnect somewhere? It says 5 of 8 channels. 5 of 32. 5 of 32. 5 of 32. Find where's the break. 5 at 32, is it? Oh, there it was. Haha! No. Oh, yes. Perfect. Also, cable cover, or cable facades, please. That's not what I wanted. Oh, hi, babe. How you doing, Andrew? Sorry I didn't notice you right away. Please? There we go. It's a little slow because it's so far away from the controllers, but anyway. Hi, babe. How are you? I can toss those extra conduits in there. I have used up a ton of these. No thanks. Meh. Meh. No. 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 Can't even add to queue. Oh. I'm good. How are you? I missed you. Aw, I missed you too. I'm also good. Why not only time? Anyways, oh, that reminds me, I didn't even see thick-skinned jeans. Excuse me, what? Arrows bounce off of me. Haha, that's sweet. Not as cool as the athletic genes. Definitely not as finicky or annoying as the spider climbing genes. But I'll take it. I will definitely take that over the spider climbing genes, honestly. I would still prefer the athletic genes, but that's good. Yeah. Anyways, so the next section, I guess. What else should I have on the blue? Why is that little area so randomly bright? It could be because of the fact that this is on and it has lava in it. Yes, that's probably it. Yeah. Also, is this increasing in power? Yes, it is. I think a ton of power was just drained from the system all at once to fill up the controllers, and now it's catching up in its backlog because of the fact that it's able to export a ton all at once, but not much. Power generation can actually take place in one moment. That's kind of most of my power system, actually. Though it's not too bad, really. What was I thinking of doing next? Right. So I need to run the cables, generally just the rest of the way through. That probably should be done off camera. But I can continue on like this. Ooh. You know what I also just thought might be not a bad idea per se? Not exposing them, but having them be under conduit facades instead. That way I have easier access to them without having to mine a bunch of blocks. But then again, I don't have to completely disconnect them in order to be able to see what channels are under them. Yeah, that's probably a better idea. I'm just going to continue like this. Though technically they're exposed from underneath. Yeah, I think I'll just go like this instead. And then they'll be in the water, because, yeah. Do these break when I mine them? No? That's weird. Whatever. Dense blue smart cables. Do. Normally they recommend you don't mix electronics and water, but here we are. I just sort of have to smash my face up against them in order to get air as well. Somehow they have a giant air pocket around them. Well, we all know why. It's because waterlogging blocks was actually one of the trickiest things that Mojang ever tried to do with their stuff, with blocks. It was a mess. No idea exactly where that's going to go out and branch to, but for now it's there. I can go ahead and replace all of these blocks. I'll leave these exposed for the moment, I guess. What can I go ahead and try and automate and do? Oh, right, I was gonna do basic applied and logistics stuff. So, what sort of building should I do? I guess I can do just a basic cobblestone building. Righty, the inscribers all in a nice row, and then crystal growth chamber, ME interfaces. Ooh, or is it possible for me to put all of them in one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then silicon. Wait, no. There are 2 parts for 3 chips and then silicon. So that's 7. Yes, I have enough for 1. We have it insert on green and then extract on brown. And then extract always active on green and then insert on brown. That will throw the stuff necessary in here, and then my stored patterns for all the circuits will be in here. That will be my silicon press. I will lock it. Wait, hold on, which is supposed to be which? Locked, can't be removed. I'm gonna say it's probably supposed to be like that. Or should I put the ME interface on a chest and then have that export? I know I can also rename the interfaces, so come to think of it, it's probably a good idea for me to rename them. Yeah, I'll do that. Give me my remote craft table. That is just the one for on the go. I guess I can... Well, I'll go and rename the interface first. Here we go. Oop. Well, one will just be my crystal, called the crystal growth chamber probably. I can rename this and call it inscribers. Slorp. Inscribers. Yep, and it's renamed as that in its actual interface. Extract green, always active, and don't extract them here. Because this will technically recognize this as the inventory at which it will throw things into. I guess technically I should set it up so that it has filters that it goes through, maybe? Or are the advanced subscribers smart enough that I don't need to add filters? I might not need to add filters. Anyway, the ME interface will connect to the crystal growth chamber automatically, recognizing that as its block. Uh-oh, I accidentally went full screen. I'm trying to change the brightness on my laptop. Sorry, guys. Okay, it's good now. That was a little worrisome for a second there. Oh no, 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 no. I don't have... Okay. I don't have enough of these cables. I'm gonna go eat. See you after the stream. Okay, babe. Love ya. Enjoy your food. That's all 8 devices on this, I believe. Actually, no, that's only 2 channels, because these only require power. Right. Haha. Hey, hey. Alright. So this will have the patterns for Certus quartz seeds and such. I don't know what else will be in here. Probably not a lot. A lot of these buildings are probably going to be large facades for very simple things. Maybe some complicated machinery just to sort of fit things in. Maybe. Yeah. And maybe some complex EMC processes. Yeah. Oh, and also, I bet that there will be a lot of alchemical chests for transferring alchemical chest Mark IIs, whichever the ones are that transfer things from one thing to another. 7 of 32. So I have way more channels on this. Notably, I have way more channels on this. So I have plenty more things that I can do in this sort of octant. This eighth of the circle. Because I basically divided the circle into eighths because I have 8 lines that go outward. I should only need 16 channels per side of my ME network, unless I'm like really desperate with Tomcraft autocrafting and I need a ton of channels for autocrafting in my new forestry area that I want to build. Yeah. That reminds me, I should start working on the singularities. Emmy, the quantum ring. Okay, so the quantum link chamber is actually pretty cheap. This just requires fluix pearls. Okay, so I need more fluix. I need 4 per quantum link chamber? Yeah. And I'll need 4, because each one only links to one area, and I have to link to 2 different areas from my home base. So I'll have my Thaumcraft area and my forestry area, because I want to have Thaumcraft far away from everything, just in case everything goes to shit. In which case I can always go over there, move everything away, and just leave the flux to be, and just sort of, you know, have my tower die. The quantum link chamber does have a EMC value as well, so I can totally go ahead and grab the other 3 that I need. The ME quantum ring also has an EMC value. Energy cell. There we go, ME quantum ring. I need 32 because I need 8 per ring, and I need to make 4 rings. 2 in home base, 1 in forestry, 1 in Thaumcraft. That means I'll need 4 entangled singularities. Technically, I get 1 pair of singularities at a time, so I'll need to make them twice, but how does one make a singularity again? You use a 64... You need a matter condenser. Okay. This is pretty simple to make as well. Condense into singularities. Um... 256,000 of something per singularity. Okay, cool. And you need a 64K ME storage component. Okay. Chuck that away. I can go ahead and fix that. I only really need to know that I have used 7 channels so far. I can also always go back into the actual thing and see how many channels I have used from the source. Okay, so matter condenser. Is it worth it to make multiple? I don't know. I will need the 64K ME storage component. It's using 4 channels. Yeah, I bet that's just... this might not even need ME connection. No, I don't think it does. So I'll just leave it there. Yeah, it doesn't connect to the cables at all, so... Alright, I need to make a 64K storage component. Okay, so I need 16Ks. Have I taught this 16K? No, I taught it 4Ks, but not 16Ks. 3 4Ks. So let's go to 16K. Go ahead, teach it that. Make ourselves a 64K. Teach it that, which is great. And now I just need to basically dump massive amounts of, well, okay, hold on. Woo! You know what would be perfect for this? Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I don't think this can output into there, but anyway. I just need one cobblestone. And then... this has an internal buffer. Oh boy. Extract always active. I want to protect these items from my stupidity. This is gonna take a little while, isn't it? Also, isn't there another energy condenser? Energy. Energy condenser Mark II. It has over 9 billion, or 9 billion, ugh, 9 million EMC points in it. I don't have quite that much EMC. Yeah, no. So, that's all I've got. I can make another, power flower ring set up. That'd be handy. I probably should, honestly, so that I have enough EMC. Because there's going to be a point where I'm very, very strongly relying on EMC for just stuff. Having a large amount of EMC production would be very, very useful. Also, I'm not exporting fast enough, so I need some speed upgrades. Did I teach that to my personal EMC network? I can only put 16 on there. That's probably going to be more than enough. Let's see what 8 does. 8's able to keep up. Well, I would actually say it is keeping up. I don't want to have too many in there. Five's enough. This is still going to take forever, isn't it? It's at 38,000 after, like, what, 5 minutes or whatever? Yeah. Plus all that stuff, all the energy that was stored already. I know that it's going to be going really fast, and there's probably a backlog of EMC points stored in there. I'm just going with cobblestone because it's super cheap. Why use anything else? Yeah, that's gonna take a little while. Okay, well, I guess I can just set up a quantum rings themselves. Wow, this is a real mess, but it's pretty. I like it at least. Economy interface. Quantum rings. Okay. So, one there, one there. And then it forms a multi-block. I've only ever done this once. Yeah. And now I'm about to do it twice and more in one world. Ooh. It's not connecting to the link chambers. Oh, it doesn't connect to the link chambers, that's why. It only needs to connect to the middle parts of the quantum ring. Like these 4 pieces. I guess the cardinal directions from the link chamber. Not the corners, but the... yeah. I wonder if the link chamber can be made horizontally. Not gonna bother trying to find out. Anyways, I guess I can move on over to my Thaumcraft area. Stand on this. Shift and warp. Woohoo! Yeah, I still don't have the tower built. I've been focusing on the island itself because I wanted to start working on Thaumcraft, so... yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna warp back on over to Atlantis. Wow. You know what else? I also...
Narrator narrates all.
Narrator
off.
Right. I gotta remember, some packs I have Control B set as waypoints, which overrides the narrator, by the way. Forestry Meadow, here we go, 1,700 meters away. But off in this meadow, this is where I plan to be doing all my forestry stuff. And right here is where I warp in, so... Alright. I'll wind up having to build something up around this, obviously. I will probably be using feral flare lanterns and mega torches to prevent mob spawning. Just in the large area, because that will be quite nice. But I can also set up the ring. Just right there. That actually feels quite precarious. I'll leave it. I'll build it when I actually have a building for it. Why not do it like that? Alright. I should also probably move my Atlantis waypoint, frankly. That is not a bad call. Frankly, this has become my main building. So, Alt, edit, minus 281, 229, Y64. Save. Perfect. I can leave my quantum rings in there. can leave my cable in there. Toss all that crap in my ME system. Why? I still only have 64 types per storage cell, but yeah, I have quite a bit of storage. I have quite a bit of storage now. It's also probably a good idea to properly teach this 4Ks and 16Ks. I did teach it 64K. And housing. I can also totally grab the dark matter and throw that all in there. 64K ME storage. New recipes unlocked. Check your recipe book. That doesn't exist. Instead, I just have JEI. 64K ME storage. Woot. Do I have the ME drive in here? No. I should make a new ME drive. I need another engineering processor. I'll just grab 32. Storage. Do I want all 64K or Network Apprentice? Reach 8 channels using devices on the network. Oh yeah! I have reached 8 channels. Well, that's cool. Alright. I'll grab some 1Ks. And then how about some 64s? I also just thought I probably want Essentia storage. Yeah, okay, so... Oh, I need to get the research first. Okay. I don't think I'll be storing much fluids. I don't know if I'll be doing much fluid automation with my ME system. I am somewhat dreading the premise of trying to do that in Omnifactory, as much as it is actually kind of a matter of just, like, going through and setting up a bunch of automatic import and export, really, for recipes that you need, and that isn't too bad. It will be a bit of a pain to do that. That's for sure. So I'm not going to set up fluid storage on this thing just yet. I will do Essentia storage. I'll probably put it on ME drives in that actual area. And really, just having my drives all be here would be good. Did I even teach this ME drive? No, I didn't. Yeah, this hasn't... None of the stuff has defragged to there, so... Yeah. That's one thing of note with ME drives. They, I think internally across the storage cells that they have within them, they defragment so that when you have a larger storage cell, if I'm not mistaken, they defragment in such a way that something that has more bytes to it, more items in it, goes to a larger storage cell. Like, let's say you have thousands upon thousands of cobblestone, that's better off put into a larger storage cell instead of spanning across multiple storage cells. They normally defragment the item types. Let's say one storage cell is completely full of just miscellaneous junk, but it has some of that cobblestone in it. It will send that cobblestone, instead of putting it into that one storage cell, which is basically out of types and out of bytes, it'll put all that cobblestone into a completely different one. so that you can just leave another storage cell for miscellaneous junk. Basically junk data management, which is a lot like how it happens in reality, if I'm not mistaken. Usually when you have a disk, it's largely fragmented. Some programs go through and make fragmenting less of a headache. Occasionally, a program, when it installs, will make a large reservation of space for itself, or sort of set up a large reservation of largely empty space for itself, but it won't actually allocate it, so that basically all the addresses and stuff for what's in there will just be moved out when need be or something. But defragmenting your hard drive is a mess. It's also not necessary. It supposedly helps speed things up, but our hard drives these days are able to go so fast that you don't need to defragment shit. Unless you've had your hard drive completely wiped over or, like, broken apart. Not broken apart. Like, all of the main drive has sort of been reset, I guess, and you can go and do data recovery on it. Until everything is basically reset, or, like, swiped over. That is to say, a clean scrub, so to speak. It's safe to resume, or, like, return a file to existence. Like, the data is technically still written on it. When you go and delete something, it deletes its placement in your hard drive, which is why you can restore the item. When it's listed in your recycle bin, its memory location hasn't been removed. It's just been flagged as recycled. It will be flagged as fully deleted and gone. That is, it will be removed and overwritten with just a bunch of zeros. So it's just a null. Yeah. Actually, I think it's overwritten with positives. So it's actually all ones instead. Memory is weird in that it is able to work from 0, but its maximum is where it fails. If I recall correctly. I might be totally wrong on that. But yeah, that's how memory deletion works, and anyway, your ME storage system is supposed to be smart. I think it is, anyway. I could be wrong, and it might not do that anymore. It might only do that in refined storage. I don't really know. But yeah. Also, refined storage has some nice little things with its fluid crafting. Thankfully, I don't really have to do any fluid crafting. Yeah. Okay, so I should start making patterns for stuff, so let's go to processing. Circuit. Okay. No. It's called what? A processor. Uh-oh, what's happening? What is happening to my ME system? Is it having problems? Oh. It could be the quantum rings. Oh no, that's right, these suck up power. Ooh. I need to improve my power gen before I set this up, don't I? Oof. Alright, I'll leave that there. Not connected, but waiting. Once I get those singularities going, though, that will be something. Oh boy. I guess I'll work on these patterns real quick. Oh no, I don't. Oh no, I don't have that mod. Also, what is this? This is from Gendustry. What are you used for? Hell emulation, desert emulation, jungle, plains, winter, ocean. And what are you used for? DNA extractor, genetic replicator, genetic transposer, mutatron, advanced mutatron, genetic imprint. The advanced mutatron doesn't have its M capitalized. Gendustry dev, get on that. Gotta make everything line up. It's all capital case. So, I mean, even everything else in the mod does that, so. Yeah. Anyway, genetic imprinter, genetic sampler, genetic stabilizer upgrade. Okay. Interesting. And how are these made? They're actually fairly simple. Somewhat expensive, but still fairly simple. Anyways, I realize one of the mods that I had planned to get helped me with my EMI system because it meant that I didn't have to have everything in my inventory. I realize that it's the end of the stream, so I can go ahead and go add that mod and then basically put down in my to-do list to add the processor and various crystal recipes, pure nether, certus, and fluix crystal recipes, as well as adding charged certus quartz to recipes, I think. I can really quick add a recipe to that. Well, charged certus quartz isn't necessary for most things, so come to think of it, I probably don't really need to do a big complicated thing with that. Ooh, another thing I just thought of, I need to do a keep in stock setup for that too, for the crystals. Because if I don't have I shouldn't wind up doing much autocrafting that involves that, but it would be nice to have a stack of like 32, I guess? That's the most I'll probably ever need at a time. But just 32, and then I can just have it say keep at least that many on hand at a time so that I can just keep going through and cycling and making stuff. Yeah, so I'll have to set that up. Alrighty. Okay, so that's some to-dos. To-do. AE crystals. Keep in stock setup. AE crystal and processor. Alright. That reminds me, I also need to figure out the AMC values. Okay, so Project E. Okay, I do have subcommands. I can do set EMC. Okay. Project E set EMC. Okay, unlocalized or ORDIC name, meta EMC value. Ooh, I can do it for a held item. That means I can go ahead and add flux, for example. Project E, set EMC 64. Restart or use reload EMC when all changes are complete. Okay. So that's now in there. Basic control circuit. We wanted to make the basic control circuit 520 / Project E EMC 520. Mechanism control circuit to 520. And I do believe that that applies only to the basic one, the one that has meta 0 on it. Okay, so I wanted to also do compressed redstone, enriched alloy, reinforced alloy, atomic alloy, ender dust. I'll figure out what I want to do for ender dust. But I've done that and that. I'll see exactly what that does and whether or not that affects things that are immediately crafted by it. The next time I reload, we'll find out. Hopefully custom EMC values are able to cascade down so that I can have machine frames be EMC'd. That would be nice for my manual crafting, although I'll probably just set it up with autocrafting because as much as I do enjoy the simplicity of EMC, I'll probably still set up more complex things on autocraft. Maybe with EMC components or like common components, like I'll have a keep in stock of iron, maybe. Or like a large stock system of iron. I could do that. Iron isn't common enough, I feel like, though. I'll see. Anyways, that should do it. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more. Leave a recommendation for what I should do, I guess, with my autocrafting setup, because I have a couple... I've listed a couple of ideas. I have a couple of other ideas, and if you want to suggest a system or a setup or a recommendation as to what I should do, per se, I am glad to listen. I definitely will be doing auto EMC setup for Draconium, I think. So that will be one thing that I will have to do once I get more Draconium. Yeah. Alright. Share this stream if you want to. Share my channel just in general. If you haven't seen my channel all that much, go check it out. I stream 2 times a week, every Sunday from 6 p.m. US Central to 9 p.m. US Central, and then Thursdays I stream with my boyfriend. Right now we are doing the Ace Attorney series and the game Perfect Date. Right now we are currently playing with the character Jungers, who is got the funniest name. The names in that game are you can auto-generate some names as well, and one of the names that we got was Jungers, and it was great. That just goes to show that the writing in this game is going to be really fun. And I also am going back and forth on Sundays between streaming the Omnifactory pack and this pack. This mod pack, by the way, is created by yours truly. I would like if you were able to play it, try it out, give a recommendation, see if you like it, see what's good and what's bad. It's baby's second pack, basically. The original mod pack that I made was not very well mastered. It was pretty basic. I didn't really use recipe tweaking or anything. I just sort of guided people through mods with the end goal of story, sort of. It was a story pack. It was really weird, too. I don't know if I still even have it on. Yeah, I don't think I have Dimensional Dream up anymore. If it's still public, it's not good. The map that I was using, because I resorted to using a stupid map, was borked. because I didn't delete my player data in the last upload, and I decided screw it. Anyways, that's not a thing I do anymore. This is not a story-based pack. It's just a basic progression pack. I didn't have too many changes. I've just done mod integration, really. And given a sort of progression in technology, and allowed for a lot of open ends, while still having a vague kitchen sink feel, trying to keep things integrated. I need to add that thing that makes AE pattern terminals work better, so that you can have actual process recipes function nicely, instead of just crafting recipes function nicely. JEI functionality really is key in making this. So, anyways, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notification as to when I go live. I also sometimes upload. It's been a really long time since I uploaded. I currently only have been uploading Coming Out on Top lately, which is this gay dating sim, little bit sexual, lot of bit sexual, at certain times. You can totally skip those points because I leave timestamps for when they occur, and you can totally tell when they're about to occur, and for like the duration between them. The last episode of Brad's Root, still in my to-do list of editing. I need to get to that. But I constantly feel pulled back into my streaming worlds because I need to work on them off camera because there's so much crap for me to do. And I don't feel like it's all that entertaining to do on camera because I constantly want to do other things. Getting into new things, yada, 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 yada. Anyways, that should do it. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed last time. This is Guys signing off. Until next time, take care. I'll see you guys. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Or night. Or whatever. Or wherever.